Hold up. My views are my own. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Lightning round. Dangerously close. My guest today is Torrey Huggins. Torrey Huggins is a comedian, actor, roast battler, and host of the No Keep Talking podcast. He's based in New York and has been featured on Amazon Prime and performed in the New York Comedy Festival. What's up, Torrey?
What's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for that amazing intro.
Thanks for being an amazing guest and being here today and taking the time, man. As I was telling you right before, man, I'm actually feeling pretty good today, man. I'm feeling hyped up because, like I said, I woke up feeling tired and shitty, but because I have a kid now, so I don't get as much sleep.
Oh, shit. How old's the little one?
6 months. So it's like, it's getting easier.
Wow.
It's 6 months is actually like light years easier than like 1 month, but still.
Oh, shit.
It is like, yeah, I got like a lot of shit on my plate. So it's like, and I'm trying to be like, I want to be super dad. You know what I mean? I want to be there. Like,
yeah.
So,
congratulations, man. That's
thanks, man.
That's a tough job right there.
Yeah. Especially because like I'm still just childish, man. Because I was gonna say, yeah, like I told you before, I was like, all right, I need to be on for this interview. So I went skateboarding. I forced myself to go skateboarding, but it's funny. I started watching that new Bill Burr movie, Old Dads. And I was like, man, I don't ever want to be a crotchety old man. Like, I like Bill Burr and I think he's a really funny comedian, but I was like, I don't want to be like that, man. I want to be like, even when I'm old, I want to still be like in touch and, with
like a fun dad.
Yeah. Like when my kid's like, a teenager and he's skating, I want to be able to go to the skate park too and like hang, be able to hold my own.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Enough. Why am I talking about myself, Torrey? Oh, sorry, man. I blew it. But no, man. So, what part of New York are you from, man?
So I'm originally from the South, but I live in Queens right now. Queens is chill. I like it.
Okay,
quieter.
I looked that up because I had saw something you posted where you tagged yourself in Astoria, and
yeah,
I knew that was in New York, but I didn't know it was in Queens until yesterday. Because I've only been to New York a couple times, so I don't really know the city super well. But I always enjoy it. Oh, which leads me to the thing. Today, man, you and I are going to be the voice of reason in a dispute that's happening here in America on the internet. And I'm about to tell you what happened, man. So yesterday, I came across this raging debate in the comment section of an Instagram reel. Basically, it was a video of a dude trying to beat up a car in New York, and there were like 1,000 comments, and I was like, I want to go in here and see what people are saying. And but the main dispute appeared like because somebody was like, "Yo, this seems like some Florida shit," and then everybody's like going, and then like it seemed like a big debate. People being like whether or not New York's a better place to live than Florida. Like, it was crazy. I was like, why are you only picking these two places? Like, why don't you just say maybe Philadelphia is a nice place, like, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly, right.
You say, you could say like fucking, I don't know, Santa Cruz is a nice place to live. I don't know. Anyways, everybody's saying, and they're just saying Florida as the whole state. Like a lot of people really defending it. So I thought, you know what? People come to this podcast to hear a voice of reason, and today that's us. So what I've done is I've collected just a few just like headlines just from the news like today of what's going on in New York, what's going on in Florida. And I thought we could just go through these articles, maybe not a deep dive, but a shallow dive.
Let's do
it. and let's decide. Because you know what? I've enjoyed myself immensely in both places. I've never been to any other part of New York but the city. But I could say the same for Florida. I've never been to any part of Florida but the beach.
Oh yeah, I mean you can't go there and not do that shit. You got to.
I got trapped at a Greyhound station in Jacksonville, Florida once, but that doesn't really count because like I never left the Greyhound station, so it's not like I really got to see the city. All
Oh
right,
hell
man.
yeah! Oh my god.
You know what? Do you want to start with a New York one and then we'll do a Florida one second?
Yeah, let's do it.
There's so much good. Like honestly, man, I started looking this up and I was like, just doing local news in these like in Florida and New York. I was like, this is really painting a picture of both places, like in maybe not the best light, but like it's for us to say what where would be like a better place to like to live a calm, peaceful existence. Let's start with
Okay.
this one right here. I'm gonna pull it up. Oh, this came from the Associated Press. Prosecutors say a reckless driving suspect bit an NYPD officer's fingertip off. All right. Well, just from the headline, I'm going to say that might be the cop's fault. But
Yeah. I mean, if I see a crazy person, the last thing I'm thinking is to stick my finger close to their mouth.
yeah, that's the like, thing is like, and that could you never even know. That could be the like the beginning of a zombie outbreak. There could be all hands away from their mouth. That's like that's why
Yeah.
they should teach these dudes jujitsu so they're not always that's how you can like very easy like submit a person without harming them and without losing a finger most likely.
Yeah. Circular
let's,
motion.
let's get into the article. No, I declined to join the AP. Thank you. All right. A New York City police officer lost his left ring finger up to the first knuckle. Shit, man, that must if he's married, that's going to be really bad because that's where you put your actual wedding ring.
Maybe that's a
Uh,
sign
maybe
that
he
he
was
shouldn't
like,
be with her.
yeah, God was like, dude, don't marry this woman, and he sent him like an angel that bit off his finger.
Yeah.
Lenny Rodriguez Cruz, 28, could be sentenced to 25 years. Damn, that is well, he did bite a dude, the cop's finger off. That seems like
Damn.
something. I feel like if you bit someone else's finger off, it might not be so harsh, but
Oh
those
yeah, no, you probably get like a weekend.
there's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
All right. So he went on a wild car chase, crashing into several vehicles and biting a sergeant who was trying to put him into a holding cell. All right. So he bit his finger off like in the jail.
Oh.
Uh, yeah. Okay, man. I feel like
I
we
thought
don't
he
do.
was outside of like a Dunkin' Donuts and was like, "I'm not fucking getting out of line." And then the cops like, "No, you gotta get out of line. Make me." And bites
Yeah.
his shit.
Or like he tried to like snatch a donut out of his mouth.
Yeah.
The
That's
officer.
probably why. Yeah. Yeah.
The officer tried to pull Rodriguez Cruz over, but he sped off, mounted a sidewalk, and drove through a park, scattering park goers as they ran to safety. I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's uncool. Of what's this dude's name? Rodriguez. I'm gonna say that's a dickhead move to drive through the park.
Yeah.
So
I
fuck
mean, come
him.
on, man.
So actually now like I'm leaning away from the cop's fault entirely to blaming this guy also.
Yeah, Lenny, don't go around bite. Eat. Make sure you eat a good breakfast before you go out.
Shit, what have we learned from this story?
That crazy people are oftentimes hungry
Yeah,
when
that's
they're
true.
committing crimes.
Yes.
So also don't hang out with a dude named Lenny, especially I don't know if you got delicious fingers.
The only Lenny I even know of is Homer Simpson's friend Lenny from The Simpsons,
Yeah,
from the
like
nuclear power plant.
yeah, that Lenny was fine. Lenny's cool, man.
Yeah.
Lenny don't be doing shit like that. When you throw a Hispanic Hispanic descent in there, it kind of raises a question. I mean, come on, man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll move on. I think what we've learned here is maybe New York City police department, like they don't always make the best decisions. So, all right, let's say like one strike against New York there because you got people biting fingers off and the cops don't seem to know how to like handle that. So
Yeah.
moving moving on to Florida. Okay, this one comes from NPR. Florida authorities killed an alligator that was seen with human remains in its mouth. Off the jump, I'm going to say that's a worse thing.
Yeah. Like remains, like remains just sounds like you had a mummy's cock in your mouth or something.
Yeah. But I feel like
Remains?
this is, well, I think that they're just trying to nicely say that this alligator was like swimming around with a person's body. That because like, they've been like they've been snatching people right off the riverbanks and shit in
Well,
Florida.
yeah. In Florida, people, y'all should know better. Come on, man. Those fucking crocodiles doing that death roll on you. Jesus.
See, that's what I said. We're here to be the voice of reason. Let's not judge until we get into the story and we find out maybe this alligator had a good point or a good reason to do this.
Okay.
A large alligator was killed by officials after it was seen with human remains in its mouth in the Tampa Bay area of Florida. Damn, Tampa. That's crazy. That's like a big city. Jamarcus Bullard said he witnessed the horrific scene in a canal in unincorporated Largo before reporting the sighting to authorities on Friday. When the scene turned gruesome, Bullard hit record on his phone. Oh, that's all. You always got to do that. Once it gets really gruesome, bust your phone out and start showing the alligator chewing a person apart.
Yeah, not 911.
Well, it looks like he tried to help. He said, I threw a rock at the gator just to see if it was really a gator. And like it pulled the body, like it was holding onto the lower part of the torso and pulled it under the water. Bullard told the TV station. Holy fucking shit, man. All right, let's go on a little bit further before we make any really serious judgments here. The 13-foot alligator was humanely killed. I wonder how they did that, like with a shotgun, and removed from the water. The sheriff's office has identified the deceased person. All right. And the manner and cause of death is pending, and the investigation is ongoing. Officials said in an update on Saturday. So maybe she died and then fell into the river. So maybe the alligator didn't kill her. I don't know. I guess it's still pending. It's not yet known whether the alligator killed Peckham, but recent high-profile alligator attacks on humans have left some Floridians on edge. I'd be on edge. In February, an alligator killed an 85-year-old woman in Fort Pierce while she was trying to save her dog. Holy shit. 2 weeks later, a man survived a bite after opening his front door to a gator. All right, man. Here's a final quote from Mazzotti. I don't know if I mentioned who he is. I don't know who he is. When you go to the water's edge, you are in more danger of drowning than you are of being bitten by an alligator. I find that fucking horseshit. That's propaganda. All right, Torrey, man. Let's parse this article and like decide how we feel. Like, how does this really reflect on Florida as like a nice place to live?
Well, the good thing is there's a lot more real estate due to people getting eaten alive by alligators. So, you know, you can fucking just, if you want to buy a house, just wait until the next alligator attack, and then that could be on the market for you.
Yeah. You ever seen the movie Bully?
Bully, no.
Oh, it's from
I watch a lot of movies too.
It's from the dude that did Kids, which is a New York movie, and this is his Florida movie. You've seen Kids, right?
No.
You never saw Kids?
Is it rated R?
Hell yeah, it's rated R, dude.
What?
Oh, you should probably check out these movies. Anyway, in Bully, like it's a true story, and like everyone involved. So there's a bully, and all these kids kill him, and they throw him in the swamp because they think the alligators will just eat him like whole. But that's not how alligators work, I guess. So the police were able to pretty quickly like determine the cause of death was like stabbing.
Oh my God.
Jesus. All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say one strike against Florida here, because I don't feel like I would really enjoy like living like in Tampa's a big city. That'd be crazy just like to walk outside in a major city and you see an alligator dragging a human body down the river. That would fucking suck.
Oh yeah, he's got like a Target bag with him. It's gotta be some food, just chilling.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because
I gotta give it to. I think it's Florida, Tampa for real. Because like, as far as like New York and Tampa, I think like I'd be fucked up if a rat was just dragging my body down the subway. Like that's my fault. But an alligator, I get it.
Yeah.
Tampa, that's pretty fun, and it's a big city too. I'd be fucking mad, man. Like going to trying to go to Popeyes and just like, whoa.
Have you been to Tampa?
Yeah. I went one time.
I used to go all the time for the Tampa Pro Skate Contest. It's one of like the best like if you don't want to go to something like as corporate as the X Games, but you want to see all the best pros, I recommend it to anyone, man. It's always a blast. It's fucking amazing.
Hell yeah.
We were there one year, man. This is back when in more of Tony Hawk's kind of more of his heyday before he was, he's not really doing as much shit. He was there that year.
Nah.
He was totally he was there. He just wasn't competing. He just he was just there. But the top show, we were throwing this party at the La Quinta Inn. As it was like all skateboarders, man. It was literally out of fucking control. And the police, the Tampa police showed up like in force, like a bunch of cops. And I was like, damn, dude, but they didn't bring like a wagon. So I was like, I don't know what's going on here. Like you can't cart all of us away in like in little 2-seater, benches. And the cops were all like, is Tony Hawk here? And I was like,
oh my God.
I know. And he was staying at obviously a nicer hotel than the La Quinta Inn. And we're like, no, man, he's like at a nice hotel. And they were like, all right, we're trying to get an autograph from Tony Hawk for our kids. And they all left. It was literally like I'm telling you, man, it was like 5 squad cars all rolling up trying to get Tony Hawk's autograph.
That's fucking nuts. Jesus. Oh my God.
I know that's not news, but I would say that's 1 point for Florida.
Yeah, 1.4 Florida for sure.
The cops wanted an autograph more than they wanted to like bust up our party. Oh shit! This next story, you already just touched on this a little bit, man. I'm gonna leave this almost entirely up to you because you are a New Yorker. You know what's going on up there, man. I don't know shit about I've ridden the subway, but like if you just drop me off in the middle of New York and they're like, find your way out, I'd be like, oh. I'd have to ask a whole lot of help. All right.
Oh yeah.
And I love the fucking the title of this article. This is by Aaron Flommer. What? I don't even know what this. Sorry, I don't know what fucking website I'm on. Anyway, love is in the air. Rat shares donut with fellow rodent on subway tracks in Manhattan. That's a cute story. That's like Ratatouille.
Wait, you said rats do what up the stairs?
All right. Love is in the air. Rat shares donut with fellow rodent on subway tracks in Manhattan. 1.4 New York.
Man, do I really want to give a point for New York? I don't know. I've seen rats do. I remember one time I was walking in Union Square. It's like this little park area in Manhattan, like lower Manhattan. And it was like my first week. My first week in New York. And I'm walking and it was like nighttime, probably around like 10 o'clock. And there's just like, there's this rat, like not like something moved across my feet, but like it was mid-gate. Like I was in mid-gate. So when I saw it coming, but I was already in mid-gate. So I just stepped on its whole body.
Oh, shit.
Like long way. And I was like, oh shit, I just stepped on a rat. And then the rat just kept going. I was like, what the fuck?
Did it squeak?
Nah, it didn't make any noise. It was like, oh fuck, well, I guess I got adjusted and I can fucking go home now.
Damn, New York rats, they really are like the hardest rats, man. Like, can you imagine? Like if you step on a Nashville rat, that thing's gonna fucking squeak. It'll probably just squish. Our rats are just like weak, man. Like if you that's like a way you could actually, like, if you had a rat problem, you could probably like stomp them all. But like obviously New York, there's like literally nothing you could do.
Yeah, because like there's so many. And I remember there was one story where this guy was walking on the sidewalk in New York, and then he fell through a sinkhole on the sidewalk. And as soon as he fell through, he landed on like infinity rats, and he was like down there for 27 minutes.
Oh my God.
I was like, what the fuck? First of all, you got to kill him because he's going to be the leader. You can't let this man live.
Yeah. So
like all those rats, Jesus.
That's fucking, did he live?
Yeah, he lived. He fucking lived. I was like, that's nuts. You got to kill this guy. He's going to be like, and be controlling rats in New York.
That would be dope. Honestly, man, it sounds like it would be like a bad experience, but you got to think like once you've had that experience, like nothing's ever gonna phase you ever again. Like you could like you find the love of your life and you're like and you get all this money and you're like, let's go to Paris and get married. And then all of a sudden, like, somebody rips you off, you lose all your money, and then the person that loves you, like that you were in love with, like says, actually, I don't I was all part of the scam to just steal your money. Fuck you. And you're like, I fell through a sinkhole into an infinity rats. Like,
Yeah.
give a shit about this situation.
That's right. He fell in a sinkhole. He's going to grocery shop, but he's like going to someone's dumpster, just taking all the traits of a rat.
Yeah, dude, it's like that saying, man. The like the thing you desire is on the other side of fear. You know?
Yeah, that's why you see all these people like the autoerotic asphyxiation. Like some people, that maybe they're scared of sex, and they're like, "How can I scare myself close to death?" Oh,
Yeah.
I got it. Let me get this fucking shoelace. Let me get this shoelace to do it. These Osiris shoelaces. Let me take these out. I don't wear these anymore.
Yeah. Or you could, yeah. There's a lot of ways to get scared during sex. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get into this article, dude.
But yeah, so the two rats holding it up. I mean,
well, let's like. I mean, we're coming completely off the just the headline. Let's like get in here. Let's see if these rats are like like Ratatouille rats, or like like rats like what the mafia says it. A rat was spotted acting better than most men in New York City after it was seen bringing a donut to a fellow rodent on subway tracks in Manhattan, according to one TikToker. All right. First thing I noticed is, why did she say that this rat is better than most men? Do men not share donuts in New York? I feel like there's a little bit of some jadedness in this article.
Yeah, she's projecting.
Like, I'm sure there are at least most men wouldn't share a donut with you. That might be on you.
Yeah.
Carly Hittner, who uploaded the video to social media platform, wrote in the caption, donut rat treats this woman better than half you other rats in the city. Damn, this is like, I was not really expecting this article to go in this direction. I'm not sure if I can trust anything that she says. The video shows the courageous little critter carrying a donut over half the size of its body to another rat, which is revealed at the end. Some of the men in this city need lessons in chivalry. What the fuck kind of? Okay, I feel like it's kind of hard to learn much from this, because she's saying that all men in New York are worse than rats.
What gerbil fucking ghosted her? Jesus.
Yeah. Shit. What did we learn about that? Are we giving a point to New York, or taking a point?
We're taking a point. Well, we could take a point from her, but she also lives in New York. So a point's got to get taken away. I guess I would take a point away from her, because she let one rat ruin it for all the other rats. And now she's looking at the other rats like, oh, well, I wish I had a rat like that would bring me a donut half of his body. First of all, you have to go to a bakery for me to bring. You want me to bring you a half a donut, half the size of me? That's what you want? That's your standard? Come on, lady, take a point.
I was thinking this too. It's like, you know what? Like, if you really wanted me to, like, if I saw like a half-eaten donut on the ground and you wanted me to pick it up and hand it to you, I would do that. So, yeah. I mean, does that make me better than half the men in New York City?
Right?
Remains to be seen.
This city's expensive, okay? This city is very fucking expensive, and you've got a real gem if she's willing to accept a half-eaten cronut from you. Get it, girl.
All right, so I guess New York got a strike for the police don't know how to keep the hands out of people's mouths. Florida got a strike because you get eaten by alligators, even in Tampa. And I feel like we're still on a toss-up here. I know we're taking a point away from the TikToker, but are we going to take a point away from this awesome rat?
Nah, because the rat, he's just trying to get laid. Everybody's got to get laid sometimes. So yeah, that's chivalrous. A lot of people think like New Yorkers are mean. No, we just want you to hurry up. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And whether it's get into a job, or like hurry up and date me or love me. Like, yeah, it's all love out here.
Yeah. Hurry up and buy. All right, let's move on to the next one, dude. I don't I can't even tell which state or city this one is in, so let's just find out. Oh, this one's in Florida. I love this headline, man, and I think you might enjoy it too. But sadly, I might have to. I'm going to spoiler alert. I might have to put a mark against Florida for this. All right, man, 77 years old, meant to sell ill-gotten erectile drugs in sprawling Florida retirement community. Feds say. Now,
damn.
I know, like that's kind of a mouthful. But let's get into the story a little bit because I actually read some of this and I was like, what the fuck? Like the thing that the feds, like the shit they be spending their time on. I'm like, are you fucking serious? All right. The federal authorities have arrested a 77-year-old man for allegedly buying more than $1,800 in erectile dysfunction drugs without a prescription and intending to sell them in the massive Central Florida retirement community, the Villages, and elsewhere. All right, I'm going to say, can I say my piece first? And then you just.
Yeah.
This man is a hero and a pillar of his community. And the fact that the feds got on him is fucking unacceptable. That's my take. Hot take.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you kind of got to give it to this guy because, I mean, when you think about it, he's down for everyone sharing love, man. Like I mean, granted, okay, he got the pills from somewhere. As long as they're not those pills that have like a rhino or like a giraffe on it with like a lot of veins in it. As long as it's not that, as long as it's like some for hims or for hers type stuff with a cool bottle or something. And then you're just like, hey, everyone's just trying to, whether you're a rat, whether you're an old person in an old home, everyone's just trying to get laid.
It's so simple. It's so human, you know?
Yeah.
And also, like, the thing is, some of these people, they might not know how much time they have left. And they're just trying to fuck. And some of these dudes, like, they've got blood pressure issues or like something, like, for whatever reason, their dick just does not get hard, like, you know, just the way it used to. And, you know, they've met a nice woman in the retirement community. And they're like, this guy's like, hey, I'm bringing in $1,800 worth of fucking Viagra's to help everyone here have like, you know, really enjoy their golden years. And the federal authorities, like, what are they, like, posted up on him like he's Pablo Escobar? That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, like, come on, feds. I mean, y'all do drug busts, okay? You break down people's doors. We've seen the movies. Like, come on, man. Where you gonna break in the door of like an old folks' home, just watch your grandma banging? just skin slapping it. No, come on, man. No, let them do what they do. They deserved it. They lived past the Holocaust and some other horrific incidences in history. Let them. They've seen it all. Come on.
Yeah, some of these people might have fought in World War II. They're the whole reason that we'd be speaking German right now if it wasn't for these fellas. So
yes,
I'm also gonna say that this should be the plot to Sicario 3.
Oh yes. Oh my god.
Sicario 3, fucking busting some 80-year-old man and making sure he can't get boner pills to his buddies. Let's go further into this story. I need to know more about this. The man was arrested last month in the Villages, where he lives alongside nearly 80,000 full-time residents, and which was featured in the 2020 documentary Some Kind of Heaven. The defendant has pleaded not guilty. Good job. Fucking never admit shit. To the misdemeanor charge and agreed to have his case heard before a magistrate judge instead of a jury. If convicted, he faces up to a year in federal prison and a fine of $10,000. Dude, you're going to throw an 80-year-old man in federal prison for selling boner pills to his friends at the old folks' home?
That's fucked up. You can't do that.
You can't do that. This should be this needs to be a national, like, there should be a GoFundMe for this guy to get him some like good ass lawyers.
Oh my god.
All right, I'll read just a little bit more and then we'll kind of like we'll give our final assessment to how this affects our opinion of Florida as a nice place to live. In court filings, prosecutors allege that the man received more than $1,800 worth of erectile dysfunction drugs. So what? The drugs were misbranded because the man obtained them without a valid prescription. So what? According to federal authorities, obviously, so what? Like, their word means nothing to me now. The Villagers is no stranger to stories about the sex lives of its residents. Rumors about swingers, public sex, and high rates of sexually transmitted diseases have swirled around the retirement haven for decades. This is where I want to retire. This is where I want to go, man. And I want to be a dealer. I want to deal fucking boner pills.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a lot to kind of parse here, because there's like, when they say federal, they mean like the FBI. And so they don't mean like the Florida cops did this. This is actually an FBI sting. So this might not be Florida's fault.
No. Definitely not Florida's fault. Someone snitched. Someone saw something. Someone snitched or someone saw something. It's like, why the fuck? Why would you call the FBI? I don't even know their number. Why would you call the FBI for this dude trying to like the only reason I feel like there's a legitimate reason as to why he would be going to court and serving time is because some of those pills, with an older person, the heart problems could come into fact with the pills. Like, don't with the pill to say, oh, if you take this dick pill, your heart might explode when you orgasm one time, but not again.
What a way to go.
but that's the only. I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, like, first of all, most of these people, they don't even visit their people inside those places, right? Mm-hmm. So one, you don't have family, you don't have a job, you don't have a soulmate because you're probably in there by yourself, and four, old people have some of the most sex. Old people have more sex than young people.
Yeah.
So yes, that's totally not Tampa.
Actually, like, we're living in an era right now where, like, what you said, like 100%, probably for the first time ever, like, senior citizens fuck more than teenagers, because like just the way things have happened after the pandemic and all that shit. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna go ahead. This is where I'm gonna go with this. First of all, you're right. There was a snitch. The snitch is probably a Floridian. It's probably a Florida person in that retirement home who's a jealous motherfucker and probably like one of the cooler dudes, got some of the Viagra and fucked the chick that he had a crush on, and that's why he snitched. Yep. That's my guess. But you can't blame the entire state of Florida on one snitch.
Yeah, you can.
So, and the fact that this guy is rad enough to be not only like trying to get everybody laid, but he's like putting himself on the line, and like, just still like, at almost 80 years old, still like kind of like really living on the edge like that. I say 1.4 Florida.
4. Yes, 100%. 4 Florida.
All right. I feel like we're making a lot of progress, and I feel like people listening are like, wow, this really is the voice of reason. So, okay. just to like recap, so far, 1 point against New York because cops can't keep their fingers out of people's mouths, and people drive through the park. Not cool. We didn't like that. 1 point against Florida because alligators eat people in Tampa. Not cool. We don't like that. 1 point for New York because of the rat that shared his donut. And 1 point for Florida for this heroic man trying to like make sure that everybody in the retirement home gets laid. So
that's right.
Tied up, neck and neck. I'm getting like kind of like crazy on like, I'm wondering like what's gonna happen next. I was just this morning, I was like, local news, and I was like, holy shit, the local news in these places is fucking insane. Okay, this one's Florida again, but we'll do a New York one after this, so that'll like kind of wrap us up in a good spot. It's huge. Florida man finds iguana hiding in his toilet. Off the jump, I don't like that.
Yeah.
What's your, actually, this is probably like a person to person thing. What's your take on like just a fucking like iguana, like especially if you found one like randomly in your house?
I'm moving. I'm
Yeah,
moving. I can't be here. He signed the lease right before I did, and I can't live here. No,
yeah. Yo, I
no. He
actually
drags his feet. I don't like people who drag their feet. I don't like people who like they just have skin laying around. I'm good.
so I'm not like a reptile guy. I think they're called a herpetologist. I don't,
Mm.
you know, I'm not. I like cool. I like monkeys and fucking like gorillas and lions and like
Yeah, the big
fucking
shit.
sharks and whales. Like I love animals, man. I do, and I have no hatred towards reptiles. But I'm not like I don't like want to like pet a snake, and
Mm.
a lot of people do. So like, no offense, man, if that's your thing, but I actually can I share a quick story about my only
Yeah.
iguana encounter in my life. I was moving
Oh
in, so
God.
my friend was like, "Hey man, my roommate's moving out, and I needed a place to live at that time." And I was like, "Oh hell," because the rent was like so cheap. It was like going to be like $300 a month, and I was like,
Nice.
"Yes, dude, I'm moving in." And this is a while back, and I never really had been exposed to iguanas or like a lot of like reptile pets. And the dude who had like whose bedroom I was taking over, he had took all his furniture, all his shit, and then like I opened the door and there was a fucking iguana that was like 4 feet long in the middle of the room, and
Oh my.
I was like, I don't know if they bite. I don't know, I was like, does this thing
Oh.
fucking bite? Is it like, can it hurt?
Mm.
Like, will it bite my finger off like some kind of New York City cop? And I was like kind of pissed. And the dude that I moved in wasn't home. And I called some of my other friends, and they're like, nobody knew. Nobody was like, I don't know if they bite, man, because I just wanted to throw it outside.
Oh God.
Because then because I called like a pet store, and I was like, hey, I got this iguana I don't want. Can you come get it? And they were like, we don't do that. And then someone was like, hey, you can call this thing called animal control, and they'll come get like animals out of your house. And I was like, literally, I had my phone out. I was dialing the number when the dude who owned the iguana showed up, and he was like, "Oh, I'm here for my iguana," and I was like, "Man, you almost lost this iguana for."
You was
That
about
was
to
a
get that shit gone, get it out.
true fucking story, dude. It pissed me off so bad. I was like, "Hell yeah, brand new house, like brand new bedroom." Open up the door, 4 foot iguana staring at me.
Oh, oh. What color was it? Was it like a green or did it like?
Yeah, it was green.
Oh,
And they like, they have like spikes on their back. It looks like a dinosaur.
yeah.
It looks like an
Oh,
alligator. It looks kind of like a fucking little alligator, you know?
oh my God. Yeah, no, I'm not a reptile. Also, too, with the toilet, like the way the toilet is like situated, it's like it's a hole in the floor, but then the pipe is like a S. So the fucking the iguana went up, down, up, and through into the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
It's like what? You see an iguana's face? That's a sick iguana. That iguana has like
Dude,
some sexual trauma. I just want to see an ass.
let's do a little dive into here. Also, man, I know there's a lot of people listening that probably are like, dude, you were afraid of an iguana. That's stupid. They're harmless. Maybe that's true. Maybe they're not. I don't know, man. I don't like study iguanas. A Florida man had an unwelcome guest in his home recently after an invasive iguana decided to hide out in his toilet. Gary Greenspan of Hollywood, Florida, posted videos of the reptile on his Facebook account Saturday, saying he was waiting for animal control to come get it. Hey, that's what I said that I was going to do. Crazy. Uh, there's nothing like getting up in the morning and finding an iguana in your toilet, said Greenspan. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead
Ugh.
agree with that. He said, I don't know if it was looking for a spa day or what, but it's huge. And I don't know
Oh.
how it got there. Holy fuck. Well, man, I don't feel like we need to go much further into this other than man found iguana in the toilet. Uh, uh, shit. Are we gonna have to do a mark against Florida for this one?
100%. Because when you wake up in the morning and you got to take that ritual morning dump,
Oh
and
yeah.
then
What if you have
you
to go
look,
really bad?
yeah, what if you didn't even look? How early is the morning? Are we talking four
Yeah.
o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning when it's dark and you really can't see shit? You want to cut the lights on and fuck up
Yeah.
your eyes in the morning?
Yeah.
You got this head just peeking. Thank God he looked in the toilet. I think you, a normal human being, that's why AI and robots don't. they're not gonna do anything in the future because like human instinct when you open a fucking toilet is to look in the toilet before you sit your ass down,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that's frightening. If you're not looking, yeah, that's against Florida. Come on, man. Now my morning dump, I got to see this face in the morning. That's what I got to see.
I mean, yeah, like, what do you so like for me, like, man, like the closest place for me to go, I'd have to go to like I mean, at least Taco Bell opens early now because they serve breakfast. That would be like
Oh yeah.
the closest toilet I could get to. But that would, like if I really had to go, man, like, and it's not walking distance. I mean, it is walking distance, but not if I had to go really bad. I mean, I'd have to get in the car.
Yeah.
That's very disruptive. So I'm gonna go ahead and say a place where you randomly find iguanas in your toilet. That's a strike. That is one strike against Florida. So they're really kind of
Yeah.
adding up there, man.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like I can almost make the case that if the article would have read, dude takes dump on iguana, and like he found it in his toilet, he finds it in his toilet, and he's just like, oh, I'm not going to Taco Bell. I'm not getting in the car to do that. He just takes a dump. Iguana's face is like this reptilian punk
Yeah.
rocker iguana face, just a big a log across it. Yeah. See that would get a point, but
That was yeah. If he hadn't gotten scared, if he had been a true Florida man, because that's the sign of the true Florida man. Is they're like, oh, I don't give a fuck. There's a iguana in the toilet. I'm gonna take a shit anyway. Like that's when you get down to the Everglades kind of like area. You know what I mean? Like they shit on iguanas. Yo, do you ever hear that? This is a while back, man. And I know we're not debating whether or not Australia is a nice place, but there's this one particular dude. He like got his balls bit by the most like poisonous spider in Australia, like by sitting in a porta potty at work, and then he like had to go to the hospital, and they like saved his dick and his balls.
Oh my god!
And then he went back to work at the same construction job, and been sat in a porta potty and got bit on his balls again by the same like venomous spider, and I think he managed to like save his dick and balls again through like the miracles of modern medicine.
Oh my god! That dude, maybe he's got a problem. he needs to stop. First of all, you never use a work porta potty. Like I don't even fuck if you work at a construction site. There's a lot of corner stores and 7-Elevens you could possibly take a dump in. Don't take a dump at your work's porta potty.
Especially in Australia, where like literally everything is a spider.
Yeah, and everything's trying to kill you and everything you love. There was a story about how kangaroos in Australia, they're like jumping on the back of dogs and like push like drowning dogs underwater.
What?
I was like, what? Like, dude, I swear, man, these kangaroos, they're like jacked. And this one dude, he's like watching the kangaroo on the guy's back, on the dog's back. So the dude gets in the water and he's like, get off my dog, like talking to it like it knows English.
Yeah.
He's like, get off my dog. What are you doing? What are you doing? And then like he grabs his dog and then like the kangaroo's like running after him in the water.
That's insane,
like, that's
dude.
Nuts.
Yo, I saw a similar video, man. It was a kangaroo was like kicking the shit out of this dude's dog. And I don't know who's filming, but the dude like runs up and gets in a fist fight with the kangaroo. Like because they box. Like they're like that's one of the ways they fight is they actually will punch you with their little paws. Like like their top paws. And like the dude was like I don't know, man. I was like I heard someone recently say that they thought Florida was the Australia of America.
Damn. I've never heard that. That actually sounds pretty accurate. God damn. Yeah.
All right, man. I got one more. And this is gonna I feel like this might be a clincher, man, because sometimes like I can be like a little bit on the like conspiracy side where I'm like, what are they trying to like hide from me here? You know what I'm saying? And this is the one. This comes from ABC News right there in New York. Are there alligators lurking in New York City sewers? New statue in Union Square Park. Oh, what you just talked about. Commemorates myth. I'm going to go ahead and put myth in quotation marks because have they proven that there's no alligators in the sewer? I mean, why wouldn't there be? Because didn't they find an alligator like in Central Park or some shit not that long ago?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So I feel like we might be reading some propaganda. I'm just putting my feelings out there. You live in New York. I know, like, maybe you can shine more light on this if you want to explain to me like that I should not believe alligators in the sewer stories. But let's get into this article, man. New York City has unveiled a sculpture paying homage to one of the city's most enduring myths: alligators lurking in the sewers. Uh, the theme of this piece is depicting the legend of the alligator in the New York City sewers. Having lived over a decade in Manhattan, I wanted to pay tribute to the city I love by depicting one of its most popular urban legends, said the artist on his website. Fittingly, the sculpture is entitled New York City Legend. The piece will be on display until June 2024. You should go check it out, man. This sounds pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Is this like, I mean, you said you stepped on a rat in this park. Is this like close to where you live?
No. I'm far away from them. I live safely next to Peter Parker.
Oh, good. It is illegal to own alligators under New York state and city law. Point for New York right there, man. The cold-blooded reptiles are native to warmer climates and are found in the wild in the southeastern United States, like Tampa. Despite this, alligators occasionally turn up in the Big Apple. Like I said,
I like how they threw like. I like how this is a New York article, but it threw a little bit of shade on Tampa.
Yeah, they did. I think it's almost like New York, like the media in New York, like knew that you and I were gonna have to like really, get to the bottom of this shit. All right. Despite this, alligators occasionally turn up in the Big Apple, like the gator rescued from a lake in Brooklyn's Prospect Park earlier this year. So, all right, we already know there's fucking alligators in New York because there was one this year they'd already found, and the ones in the sewer are probably just better at hiding, and they just wait till you to go. They wait for you to go down in the sewer, and then they eat you. So,
yeah.
Rumors about alligators in the sewers seem to date back to at least the 1930s, when the New York Times reported youths in Harlem had discovered an alligator in the sewer and promptly beat it to death. What a crazy way to end the article. Okay. All right, Torrey, man. You're gonna have you are the man that lives in New York here. I'm gonna have to just say, take it away, man. This is all on you to say if this is propaganda or if this is like statues, that there's no such thing as alligators in sewers.
Man, you know what? There's so many elements of New York in this article that I'm going to give a preempt. I have to give New York a point for this shit because first of all, New York is crazy. Like people are shooting people are stealing, people are beating up people, and now it doesn't even matter whether you're black, white, Hispanic. If you're an alligator, you can catch it too. Like kids beating up an alligator. I wouldn't. And New York, there's this motto in New York where they say, "See something, say something." I'm mad I haven't heard about this until just now. Like kids beating up a. Did they take his wallet? Like, did they take his shoes and like throw him on on wire? Like, what did they beat him up? I almost kind of feel bad for the alligator, but then again, what are you doing walking around by yourself in Prospect Park or Union Square? Like, what are you doing?
I mean, shit. Yeah, man. I guess like there's a cruelty to animals element to that too, though. Like you find an alligator and you just like beat it to death. So that's kind of fucked up.
Hey, it's New York. It's expensive out here. If you're not watching your back, something might happen to you.
I feel like, you know what, man? I feel like our paths might diverge here. I totally see what you're saying, like giving points for like creativity, giving points for like, a wild place. But I'm almost going to have to take a point away because I feel like they're trying to trick me into thinking that there's no alligators in the sewer.
Oh, well, yeah. First of all, if they are trying to trade, first of all, Ninja Turtles are down there.
Yeah.
Shredder's down there. Like all this shit. I watched Mimic 1, 2, and 3. There's shit down there.
Fuck yeah.
There's a lot of shit.
Tara Reid's best movie, hands down.
Yeah.
All right, man. I guess let's tally up the score, and I feel like some people are going to be really upset by this. But all right, what did we do? We said, all right, Mark against New York for police getting their fingers bit off and dudes driving through parks. Mark against Florida for alligators eating people. Mark for Florida for the dude that was
Viagra Man.
Viagra Man, fucking local legend hero. Mark against Florida for iguanas in the toilet. Wait, point for New York. I'm getting confused now. Point for New York for generous rat. But we also did a deduction because the person that was like writing it was all saying that like every man in New York is like worse than a rat.
The scarred woman.
You know what, man? This might be a draw. What do you think, dude?
Damn. Oh my God, I think it is a draw. I just counted on my fingers as you was saying it. I think this is a draw. Damn.
All right. Well, guys, we've learned one thing today, that New York and Florida are both just fucking gnarly places to live.
Yeah.
But if I may add one piece of advice, don't move to Nashville. We're full, and we don't want any more people from Florida and New York, especially because, like, you know, just please stop. You're making rent up here, especially New Yorkers, because they come down here and make rent fucking go through the roof. Because
that's what I heard.
Because like someone who's like middle class in New York comes down here and they're fucking rich, and they're like, oh, let me just gentrify your entire fucking childhood neighborhood, and you'll never be able to fucking live here again. That happened where I grew up, dude. It's like you have to be a fucking millionaire to live there now, and it used to be like kind of poorish. So
yeah,
I'm not stoked on that.
Jeez. Oh my God.
That's today's lesson.
Well, yeah, exactly. And in New York, there's so much no space. Everyone lives on top of each other. Yeah, they're going to come down there and they're going to take all that wide open land, that bluegrass, all that shit.
Yeah.
What is that? Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's down there.
Oh, I think that's in Ohio or someplace like that.
Wait, y'all have
we have the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Country Music Hall of Fame, sorry. Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're just gonna bulldoze it and turn it into a bunch of overpriced condos, man.
Yeah, they're gonna have the cowboy boots with a bomber jacket. Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing too, is like they like leave New York and then they come here and buy like cowboy hats and cowboy boots and like walk around like looking like fucking just total dickheads, dude.
Got that cowboy necklace with the turquoise on it.
Yeah, man. But shit, man. They're both fucking awesome vacation spots. Oh, I went back to the New York and Florida thing. It depends on what you want out of your vacation. If you want to sit on the beach, here's the thing too, is like all the things we talked about, like some of those things like sounded scary, but oftentimes I've been in like New York and like maybe been in a situation that like maybe I shouldn't have put myself in, but I've like almost always been inebriated. And I'm one of those people that like when they drink, they think they're invincible. So I've never felt any kind of like maybe some of the like apprehension I should have felt. Same thing in Florida. It's like
oh yeah.
Because I am so much more likely to like fuck with a dangerous animal if I'm like, you know, a little bit buzzed. So Torrey, I got one thing I got to tell you, man. It is time for the lightning round. Give me 1 second. Okay. It's across the room. Co-producer Colleen just dropped it off, and I have no idea what it is. I'll be right back.
Okay, gotcha.
I am not an organized person. There's just shit everywhere. Okay, so as you know, man, you're an actor. I've decided I'm an aspiring actor this year. I'm gonna next year I'm gonna get in some shit. I've got enough connections now at this point. I feel like I could probably get myself in maybe some indie film or something, like, or you know, just because like, not because it's like I want to be like, you know, famous. Just like, I just want to do it because it just looks fucking fun and awesome and cool, and you know, so
hell yeah.
But like you know, man, they're back at the bargaining table for the SAG strike, which means, dude, this could be our opportunity, you and me, dude, to finally be in New York's greatest institution, which is the Law and Order franchise.
Ooh, yeah.
And Colleen has written something for us that I think is going to be amazing. This is Law and Order SMU, Special Mad Libs Unit. So we're doing a Mad Lib. This is this. So watch out, Elliot Stabler and Olivia Benson, because Torrey Huggins and Doug McDonald are on the case, and I can't, bro. Oh my god, we should seriously, we should both audition to see if we get a Law and Order. That'd be wild if we both got in the same episode.
Right? We're both leads.
I want to be like one of those dudes, like, you know how there's like a dude unpacking boxes and he's like, oh yeah, I saw her around here last week, you know, but he like never stops doing his job. I would literally would like looks like I could just totally be a warehouse worker.
Yeah.
Let's get into this, man. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Law and Order SMU, a Mad Lib story by co-producer Colleen, co-written by Torrey Huggins. First one, New York City landmark.
Statue of Liberty.
All right. Bodily fluid.
Snot.
Plural noun.
Benches.
I have a feeling this is going to be a really good story. Personal item or belonging.
Fanny pack.
Fanny pack? Is that like, do people still wear those in New York, man?
Oh, hell yes. All the drug dealers wear them. It's interesting.
Dude, I have a friend who's a drug dealer, wears a fucking fanny pack. That's it's because a cop looks at you and they're like, fucking nerd. And that thing is loaded through. He had like, I'm not gonna say, you know what? I'm not saying that. Shit. He didn't have anything in there but nerd stuff. All right. Crime.
Dude, when you clip that buckle, you can run from the police.
Yeah. You don't have to, like, you can't drop it. It's all right. Sorry. Crime.
Oh shit. Murder suicide.
Damn. Took a dark turn. There's Law and Order, man. There has to be some fucked up shit. Plural noun.
Cafes.
Cafes.
Yeah.
Nice. Good one. Adjective.
Delicious.
Thing you'd see on the street.
Homeless person.
I thought you were gonna say alligator. But no, this is Law and Order, man. They don't have a law. Oh,
that would be nice though.
They should do a spin-off starring you and me, Law and Order Florida. And that would be fucking sick, dude. All right. Insults, i.e., like bitch, asshole.
Like a bitch or an asshole. Asshole. How about that?
Yeah, asshole's a good one.
Yeah.
Verb, past tense.
Jumped.
Job.
Investment banker.
Those dudes are always getting into some fucking hanky-panky on fucking Law and Order. Adverb.
Shit. This is hard. I failed English.
Dude, literally every single person. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What?
Lively? Is that
lively? Yeah, sure. Everybody always feels on the spot when we do whenever we have a Mad Lib on here, and everybody's like, "Fuck, what's an adjective? Oh, fuck, what's an adverb?" So honestly, you've probably, out of everybody, you've done the least of that of anyone before. Job from before. Oh, I just have to write investment banker again. Activity.
Frisbeeing. Is that a? Is that?
I like, yeah, frisbeeing.
Yeah. I never knew the name for that thing. What the fuck, dude? Like, want to go frisbeeing?
Toss in the frisbee, man. All right. Adjective.
Slowly. No, that's a right. That's a adjective. No.
Wet. Plural noun. I promise we're getting really close.
Thermometers.
I know this is a long one, but it's because I know this is co-producer Colleen's favorite fucking show is Law and Order SVU. So it's like, I know she went to town on this, dude. But we're almost there. Adjective.
Chili.
All right, so fucking close. All right. Type of business.
Cleaning service.
Adjective.
Soggy.
And another adjective.
Let's do sweaty.
And then one last adjective, and we are done, and we're going to read the story.
Crunchy.
All right, man. The writer's strike is over too, so we're actually totally cool to do this. So not that we're in the WGA anyway, but you know, I ain't scabbing. Fuck that. And but once the SAG strike is over, boy, I'll tell you what. What's her real name? Mariska something, whatever. Yeah. She's gonna love us, dude. They're gonna be like, dude, make these guys full-time characters, man. All right. Here's the story. The sun has just risen over the Statue of Liberty as a jogger steps dead in her path. There are drops of snot all over the sidewalk. She follows the trail to find a dead body surrounded by benches. Dun dun. I can't do the dun dun very well, but you know, imagine it. You guys have seen Law and Order. Detective Doug and Detective Torrey arrive at the crime scene. He's missing his fanny pack, noticed Doug. The perp must have been in a hurry. This looks like a classic murder-suicide. I'm not so sure about that, said Torrey. The perp left behind cafes. I think we're dealing with a delicious criminal. Suddenly, a reporter jumped out from behind the homeless person, his camera flashing. Have any leads, detectives? He asked. Hey, somebody get this asshole out of here, yelled Doug, shouting, shoving the reporter and breaking his camera. I'll sue you, yelled the reporter as he jumped away. Torrey stopped an investment banker walking nearby. Did you see anything lively?
Yes.
The investment banker continued frisbeeing while he said, "Hey pal, I don't know nothing. We mind our business around here." This guy's wet, said Doug as they began to walk away. Hey, wait, the guy said. Maybe I did see something. A real creep with a camera and a bunch of thermometers in his pockets, looking real chilly. Doug and Torrey looked at each other. The reporter, they yelled in unison as they ran down the street. An epic foot race ensued when they finally caught up with the journalist at a cleaning service. I just wanted to be soggy, he wailed. These headlines have been so boring, you don't know what it's like. You have the right to remain sweaty. Wait, you have the right to remain sweaty, Torrey said. And if I were you, said Doug, I'd remain crunchy too. Doug and Torrey exchanged a knowing glance as they shoved the journalist murderer into their cop car. The end. Somebody call Dick Wolf.
Yo.
Fucking put that in the can. Torrey, thank you so much for being on the podcast today, man. It has been an absolute fucking pleasure. But I have one last question to ask you. It's the most important question of the day. Where can people check you out, follow you, your comedy, any shows you might have coming up, everything like that?
Yeah, so you can check me out on all social media platforms at Torrey Huggins on all the things. I got all my shows on my Instagram and all that stuff. And also definitely listen to this podcast as much as possible. My views are my own, along with the No Keep Talking podcast hosted by yours truly every Monday. Spotify, Apple, and all that good stuff. Doug, thank you so much, man, for having me.
Thank you, man. Have a great rest of the day, bro.
You too, man. Take it easy.